Well, I thought I'd best be making a video about this. On the side of the H here, and underneath the H, is a 1940s International Harvester 110 Sickle Bar Mower. They were made from the, I think, 1946, 47 until the early to mid 50s. Like this specific model, the 110. It's about a 6.5 or 7 foot cut. About a 7 foot cut. Got a hydraulic cylinder on the side here. Quite the time I was having with that. First I had a hydraulic cylinder that was a one-way cylinder. Had it hooked on there. Thought it was going to work. Didn't end up working because the cylinder is all screwed up. So ended up taking the hydraulic cylinder off the 3-point hitch and putting it on the back. Off the back onto the front. And it works pretty good. Just has a pressure release for going down. It has the weight of the mower that puts it down. And until last night, I also didn't know that a two-way cylinder can be used in a one-way system. I found this out when I took this off and I scraped off all the gunk and grease and saw that this says it's a double acting cylinder. And this cylinder is, as it says, a double acting, meaning it has space, or it has like I don't know how you describe it, but you can apply pressure onto both sides of it to make it force it to go up or down. So in the single acting way, you just have pressure opening and then wait to close it. But this has a plug on the side here with a machined drilled hole. So there's oil on one side of the rubber, or the seal or piston, and it'll push it open, and it'll allow the space in the other side of the seal, the rubber, to release all the air out of this little hole. So you have kind of like the action of a single cylinder or single action cylinder with a double action cylinder. And after I found that out, I figured, oh, I could just take another one of those, because I wanted to be able to have the 3-point hitch and the Sickle Bar Mower be able to raise and lower. So I went to the good old PV Mart and picked up another one for about 120 bucks. It's made in China. It's a BE brand, BE Ag and Industrial. So this was about 120 bucks. It came with the pins, and it had plugs on both sides. And all I did was I put a street elbow on here and ran a hydraulic hose to the front, to the hydraulics, and then there's a plug down here that I pulled out. I put in the drill press, I drilled a hole in it, and put the plug back in. So when you raise the 3-point hitch, it allows the air to go on the other side, and then when you have it in the held position, or the pressure holding position, it'll hold it up. And when you release it, it allows the air to go down the other side, and the oil will return to the reservoir. So when this is going, when the clutch is, I guess you'd say the clutch is engaged with the motor, and your transmission has power to it, you pull on the lever up here. This is the hydraulic control lever, or well, it's connected to the lever. This will control the hydraulic pump. So when you pull it all the way up, that engages the pump. When you let it rest on the little notch on the bar there, that'll hold pressure, and if you push it all the way down, that'll release the pressure. So when you pull all the way up, the first thing it'll raise is the 3-point hitch. Once the 3-point hitch is raised, then it'll pick up the Sickle Bar Mower. But since the Sickle Bar Mower is quite heavy, it'll really jolt it. So you gotta I've been gently pulling up on it to slowly raise it. There's these little guides there that kind of throw the grass in one section, will come up and swing and hit you in the head. Trust me, ask me how I know. So anyhow, this setup's working pretty good right now. I just tested it out. This is the first time that this mower's been out of the barn. Of course, it's back in the barn now, as you can see. But it was in the barn upstairs, sitting on the thrashing floor for over 40 years. My dad said that he was not even in high school when the last time he saw it out. And all this setup is homemade. So my grandpa made this bracketry and this big piece of steel. My uncle said, "Hey, he hasn't seen that in 40 years." But this steel is from Stelco. And then on the other side, same setup. A big plate that's been bolted on. And this bracketry is all homemade with a R pin through there. And then we have the PTO shaft that runs to the back. And the shaft has a gear down here. I'm sorry I can't get the light going on my phone. The flash won't let me turn the flash on with low battery. And so the shaft goes to there. When it's bright enough, I'll show a different view of it. Here we go. Brighten it up a little. So the shaft comes there, has a gear on it, comes up, and then this gear goes on the PTO shaft and drives. So when you let the clutch out, it engages that. It spins the shaft, and it'll come over here to this pulley, and it's got a belt that comes to the larger pulley. Comes through this gearbox, and it will shimmy back and forth these blades, these knives. Grandpa calls them knives, and these are the guides that hold the blades or the knives in place. And some of them have been replaced, some of them need replacing. Grandpa says there's a way to sharpen them with a whetstone. This big snowmobile snowmobile ski looking thing is just a foot that rests upon the ground, and kind of, if you get into a bump, it goes over the bump and raises everything up a little bit, so you're not digging into dirt. But for a 1940s, 50s mowers, it's pretty fancy setup, and hopefully I can use it to cut some hay at some point. And I just wanted to make another YouTube video. So anyways, thanks for watching.